essentially Wall Street. Now, let me take you through this because this is a story that we have been reporting and trying to raise questions as to why this is happening, right? The genesis of all of this, or how this was originally sold to us, was it's a one-time thing. Remember, the Fed essentially said it was simply a short-term liquidity issue, that it had to pump money into some banks and the repo market for maybe a day or two or maybe a week. Then we learned that they were doing it daily and continuing it to the tune of like $60 billion a day. And now we're learning it's $112 billion in both overnight and 14-day repos injected into the market. Joining us now, the author of Peak Trump, who was President Ronald Reagan's budget director, none other than David Stockman. David, thanks for being with us as usual. Is this what you do when you're in charge of the greatest economy in the history of the world? Did you hear me, David? Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yeah, I lost your.
Yeah.
No, I lost your last part, but I think
you know where I'm going.
Question.
Tongue in cheek,
yes.
Right? I mean, we have the greatest economy in the history of the world. What the hell are we doing this for, right?
Well, the answer is, we've got the greatest deficit in the history of the United States. There's money flooding into Wall Street. In other words, demand from the Treasury flooding into Wall Street. The market can't digest it all. The law of supply and demand hasn't been repealed. And so interest rates were pushing up and the Fed panicked. Now, we need to understand just how serious this is because we're at the tippy top of the longest business cycle in history, month 125. And in the last 4 months, if you could believe this, the Treasury has borrowed $800 billion, not in a year, in 4 months. And when all of that demand came into the bond pits, there wasn't enough supply available to finance it. Repo rates started to go up because remember, that's where the paper held by the dealers is financed in the so-called repo overnight or short-term market. And as the dealers' balance sheets became saturated with all this new Treasury issue, which they're required to borrow, they went to the repo market, tried to fund it. They fund 95% of what they buy. And this drove the whole thing up. So the Fed wanted you to believe that everything was under control. This was short-term, some plumbing issues down in some mysterious part of the bond market. None of this is true. What we have is the collision that I have been talking about for a long time, and that is our fiscal situation is out of control, and the Fed can't keep the interest rate pinned down to 1.55%, where it is today, below inflation, and still see all of this massive amount of Treasury debt financed. So that's the problem. Supply and demand, a collision. The day of reckoning is arriving. That's what's going on.
And the day of reckoning, David, we're down to about 45 seconds, but can you explain what that day of reckoning might be and when we might experience it?
Well, I think the day of reckoning is that we have so much debt to finance. Trump has made it far worse. He's been adding annually far more debt, $185 billion a year than any other president. And as a result of that, interest rates are going to rise, and that's going to spook the stock market, and we're going to have a big correction. And this greatest ever economy is going to be shown for what it really is, and that is a house of cards based on unsustainable debt and money printing that we can't continue.
David Stockman, very few people like him in terms of both knowledge, candor, and man, you're a truth teller. We appreciate you coming on, David Stockman. Thanks again. All right. So,
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles in Great Millstone. And Barakatham to the hopefully elect, okay? I just came across this article, but I'm gonna get into that video that I just played, okay? And it's speaking about how America's economy is gonna crash soon, okay? And it's gonna be chaos and riots in the street in America, just like you seeing throughout the world. But in America, the shit is gonna be way worse, okay? And when the economy crashes and they declare martial law and they're gonna bring this RFID chip, this mark of the beast chip, which is already set up, because you could go to the store and use your phone, and your phone is basically the chip, man. You can use your phone to pay for things and stuff, or you could use your debit card that has a microchip in it, man. And that's no different from the chip that's gonna be implanted inside your hand or wherever you may have it, man. It's the mark of the beast, man. Okay? And the name of this article is would having a chip implant make your life easier? Okay, and people are gonna get this chip before it's even made mandatory through way of convenience, man. Because they wanna use the swipe of their hand to fucking open and unlock a door, or simply to make a purchase. Okay, which they're gonna be doing, man, because that shit is the mark of the beast. And when the economy crashes, people are gonna be they're gonna be walking bank accounts, man. Okay. And this is ktrh.iheart.com. Okay, and it's just one section I wanted to get. Okay, and it says the Mexican government requires federal employees to have chips implanted in them in order to properly identify and authenticate. Okay, so this thing is the Mexican government has already made it mandatory for their employees to have this chip implanted into them, man. So the mark of the beast chip has already been here, man. It's already been here, and just waiting for that right time to implement this thing, man. To implement this thing on a large scale, man. To make this thing mandatory here in America. And it's not going to happen until America's economy crashes, man. Until all hell breaks loose out here in America. Until they can declare martial law right here in America, man. And when they do, part of the 144,000 elect, part of them are going to have to die because they didn't receive that mark of the beast chip. Because they're going to be rounded up into some goddamn concentration camp. And they're going to be tried there, man. Okay? Brothers are going to be beheaded via guillotine for not taking that mark of the beast chip, man. And that's just what it is. Okay? And I want to go ahead and get some scriptures. Okay, and this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation is the mark of the beast chip, when it's going to be implemented throughout the world, man. Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay? And it's already here. It's already throughout the world, man. It's already in Sweden. It's already in Arabia. It's in Russia. It's already everywhere, man. I want to go get Revelation chapter 13 and 16. Okay? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, okay? And that's mainly going to be in America when he makes it mandatory. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. That damn devil not going to give a damn who you is, man. You going to get that fucking chip, man. And like I said, some brothers are going to be beheaded for not taking that chip. And that no man might buy or sell, because if you don't have that chip in that day, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're not going to be able to buy food. You're not going to be able to buy no fucking water. You're not going to be able to buy anything. You're going to have to basically be living off the grid, man. Because you got these no good bug out niggas, because you know Esau's going to be looking. Esau's going to be looking for the people that don't have the Mark of the Beast RFID chip. And you got these bug out niggas that's probably gonna tell Esau what the fuck you is, man. Okay? Just because you don't have that chip, man. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, man. And these are the times we coming to, man. It's right around the corner. See it, it's here. Okay? It's only a matter of time. And I hope you brothers was edified. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles in Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopefully elect.